All right. Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the invite. Ralph said I'm Amy Scheller. I'm from District 7430, which is southeastern Pennsylvania, 5 counties: Berks, Montgomery, Northampton, Lehigh, and Bucks counties. So it doesn't include the Philadelphia area. That's another district. I'm a member of the Kutztown Rotary Club. And I've been serving on our district public image team for the past couple of years and just served as the district chair last year. Also this year, I am also serving at our zone level for public image as an assistant Rotary public image coordinator. So I really love public image. And I shared earlier that professionally, I own a video production company, and we really focus on telling cinematic storytelling with our videos. So I love that the future of social media is moving towards video. That's really up my alley, and I'm excited to hear all the conversations about that. So I'm going to share, I just put together a couple slides of what our district has done with public image. And over the past couple years and how it's grown. Oops, where do I go? There we go, slideshow. This is my, oops, that's not it. Sorry, let's see, here we go. Start from the beginning, here we go. So our team, we have about 6 members on our district public image team, and we really started ramping up our public image in the year 2021. We had a district governor, Janet Kolob, who was really passionate about growing our public image within our district. So that year we started a public image challenge, and we called it the Governor's Public Image Challenge because that was what she was really passionate about. And that having that governor's support and endorsement really helped the clubs get on board with this. So we did a 5-month challenge. We had monthly challenges, and they were simple tasks for each month. And we created a recorded video that we would send out to the participants from each club that were in charge of their public image, with a little introduction about what we were going to cover that month and a little tutorial of the task. So very kind of short. They are up on our YouTube page that is living up there, so you could go visit them. There's still some great content up there. We talked about the first month was just make a commitment from your club, have somebody sign up and be a public image representative or a chairperson. The second month, we talked about branding and updating the logo to the new logo, which is now several years old, but branding is where we saw the most impact and most growth. We made the most changes and success with the branding challenge that month. We also covered club communications, and we asked the clubs to enter a event to the calendar, and then also submit an article to our quarterly newsletter called Vibrant Club News, which is all about the clubs. We talked about social media, and we framed it within that people of action. So we were looking for a social media post that really focused and talked about Rotarians being people of action. And then we also did video too. So we just simply asked them to utilize video. This was year 2020 to 21. So things were fairly picking up in the video world online. So we asked them either to edit something or just go live simply to get that extra engagement. Again, we saw the most success with the branding section, which we were really happy with. That year, we also started a video series called The People of Action Stories. And this was Janet's, really her idea and her inspiration here. Every month we featured Rotarians from around the district with their stories, their personal Rotary stories. And I think this series was really very successful. They were very shareable videos. They're also videos that are very timeless too. So the clubs can still use them to promote Rotary and what they're doing. We looked for people that were diverse and were from all around the district, and that were really passionate about about Rotary and what they've done with their clubs. We had them film themselves, so I gave them tips on how to film either with their phone or with a Zoom, and then I edited it all together. So those live on our YouTube page as well too, so there's a great series there. We do have a couple branding mishaps here with, it's a learning process. So this was 2020, 21. So there are some logo things that should have been updated and are not brand compliant, but we're going to get there. The next year, what we did is we focused our governor's public image challenge onto a single day. And this was the year that the new area of focus supporting our environment was kind of introduced. So we used that as our day of service with an environmental project. We encouraged clubs to get together and do a project together within their area. And because of those increased numbers on a single day, we could band together our skills and our resources and get more media coverage and really flood social media with pictures and Rotary hashtags. So that was really a great lesson in teaching the clubs that they can work together to increase their leverage with the media. So we got a lot of news articles, and also it was just great to see our social media flooded with all the Rotary projects that year. So this past year was my first year being district chairperson of our public image, and we took a shift to focus away from challenge to a toolkit to make it really more accessible for public image. So public image can be very overwhelming to some people. So we rebranded our challenge to call it a toolkit. And again, it was a monthly set of tasks to build their skills and toolkits to make them have a very successful public image resources there. We also, this was the first year that we started our quarterly public image forums. So each quarter we would have an online forum where the educational content would be curated by our team. And then we'd also leave a lot of time for sharing and questions within the forum there. I really love Facebook and online groups. So we have two Facebook groups. One is specific towards public image, and the other one is an open group for our district. I really see the value of that, not only with professionally in my industry, but I think Facebook groups are a great way for people to connect and share ideas. So I really focused on increasing engagement in those groups and really developing a culture and a community of discussion and idea sharing there. And it was an intentional shift to brand it as a toolkit. What we saw a lot more Rotarians who were not public image chairs join these sessions and be interested in how they can increase their membership with public image, increase their service and their foundation. So it was great to see all Rotarians, not just public image chairs, be excited about building the brand awareness of Rotary and also telling Rotary stories. We did a very big session on how to tell your Rotary story, which is what a theme throughout the past couple of years within our district is. We're always talking about telling your Rotary story. So currently, our district team, our public image team covers our district communications, which is we have 2 newsletters, and I have 2 editors for the newsletters. So one editor does the monthly district news, which is only district news and district articles. So no club news there. Our second is our quarterly newsletter, which is focused all on clubs, because our clubs really wanted to utilize the district's network of emails to kind of market and advertise and share with other clubs. So we developed that Vibrant Club newsletter for them to be able to share projects that they've done, service projects that other clubs can join and volunteer with them, and also their upcoming fundraisers as well. This year, we as a district, we have made the commitment that anything that's submitted to those newsletters, that they would be brand compliant, because we do still have a couple clubs that are still using the old logo. So we're hoping that that'll kind of give them a little bit of a push to make sure that their graphics and their submissions are brand compliant. And we're there to help them too, to guide them in that process as well. Our social media, right now it's one person, it's me managing our social media platforms. Our district has a Facebook and a LinkedIn and a YouTube channel. I could definitely see this role expanding to a couple people managing the social media platforms, especially specific towards different tasks. So you could have somebody just doing Facebook events, which I love Facebook events because I feel that they still really get a lot of reach. That's how we promote a lot of our district events. And also, you know, just with my club, that's how I promote a lot of our club events. So you could break it up into several different roles, so it's not a huge task to manage the social media. It works well with what I do. I work for myself. I follow all of the clubs within our district, and just as I have my social media up, I'll take note of which clubs have posted. I'll either screenshot them and save that as a mental note to repost to our district page at a later point. So that's how I manage posting. I try to post at least, you know, a couple times a week with that. We also developed this year as a way to promote our district events, not only on our district calendar, but also on Facebook, a Google form. So all the district committees and the events that are happening within our district, they'll fill out this Google form that they'll give me the description, they'll give me if there's a registration link or a graphic, they'll give me all the information that I need to be able to do a calendar event within Club Runner, and then also a social media post then too as well. So we're kind of trying to streamline that so that they give me all the information all at once. I also mentioned we have 2 Facebook groups. So we have our public image group, which is a closed group, a private group, but you all are welcome to join that. There are a couple of questions that we asked for admittance in there, and it's really focused on sharing public image ideas within our district. So our surrounding districts and neighbors are absolutely welcome. We ask questions, but it really is just a place for people to come ask questions. We had somebody come ask a question: how do clubs manage all their passwords? So it's great to just hear what other clubs are doing. So that's been a really great resource. We also have our press release contact informations in there, our PowerPoint resources that are specifically for public image. So it's a place for our public image chairs and team members to be able to go and either find resources or ask the question for it. And then our public group is our Vibrant Club, District 7430 Vibrant Clubs group. And we created that actually during the pandemic as a way for clubs to stay connected. You know, as post-pandemic, we then rebranded it as a way for clubs to be able to promote their events. And also ask questions then too. So we are trying to cultivate a culture of and a community of sharing within that group there. So you're welcome to join that. We do limit the event promotion to only District 7430 events, but you're welcome to join in on any of the conversations or ask questions. Our website is actually currently being completely refreshed. So you probably, if you logged on, if you visited it within the past week or two, it has a whole new look, fresh new look, which I love. And then we have one person that is updating our homepage and our stories and our district monthly message. And then we have 1 to 2 people who are going to be working on streamlining the navigation, refreshing the content. And our goal is to create a page for each district committee and event to be able to have a description and contact information, or if they want more resources, they're on there. Okay, and then our video series. So we are going to be reviving our People of Action and Why Rotary video series that are going to be highlighting our district Rotarians around the world. Again, these are incredibly shareable. Video is fantastic on social media. The clubs loved these video series. We would tag the clubs, they would reshare it. It really got a lot of traction. So we're going to be reviving that in the next couple weeks. And then also our team works on education. So all of our team members collaborate on content for our public image forums. The focus this year is definitely going to be connecting public image to membership and foundation. I think as Casey said, you know, we don't talk about what we do enough, and we really need to if we want to grow members in order to be able to do more service. So they're all connected. We're going to be working on that and just continue to encourage a district-wide community of idea sharing and open discussion. And then lastly, we do provide support to district events and committees. We have about 3 events that we provide pretty elevated support to, and depending on the scope, 1 to 3 members will provide support in marketing those events. Our polio event, we have a Rotoplast event that we provide a lot of support to and help there. And then lastly, these are our 2 Facebook groups here. And I'll send this PowerPoint out to you with the links too, so if you're interested in joining and seeing what's going on there. But we have our Rotary District 7430 Vibrant Clubs and the Public Image Work Group, which you all are welcome to join. These are kind of the type of questions that I call them community questions. We really get a lot more open engagement when you ask an open-ended question like that, something very visual. I asked, what advice would you give to Rotary incoming presidents? We got a lot of great advice and interest there. So that type of post within the groups really works well. So that's all I have for what our district does and what has done and what has worked. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Anybody have any questions for Amy?
Well, I certainly do.
Hi, Casey.
Hi. First of all, can I just stop and give some honor to you and everything that you do? I mean, you know, I've been looking, the way that everything is set up, you know, it's just so organized. You cannot tell me that you don't have like a team of little people behind you, you know, taking care of all of this, because I know it takes a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. I do know once you get started, though, it can kind of flow. So
yeah, it just that's why I felt that the history was great to show, because we just kind of built upon each year and kind of saw where we could grow, where some opportunities were, and it's definitely a team effort. There's a lot of talk and collaboration in our meetings. So there's a lot of gears moving, but we're all very passionate.
So my first question is, now going back to, you said you have 2 Facebook groups. Do you also have pages?
Yes, we also have our main district page. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I do the posting on our main Facebook page, and I reshare what clubs are doing, and then also district events and, you know, other district updates. But I would say it's probably 70% club sharing there. But we don't get a lot of engagement on the page. We get a lot of people liking, but we don't get a lot of conversation. So the group has been great for more conversations and questions.
Okay. And that is from Rotarians or non-Rotarians or both?
It's from Rotarians, yeah. So it's from all Rotarians, just sharing club to club advice and questions, and also sharing about their upcoming events as well too.
Okay. And so with the Facebook page, is that connected to an Instagram page or the other platforms that you mentioned as well?
So we don't have an Instagram page. There was talk about it. And maybe that might be something that we add, you know, in the near future, but we don't have that. We do have a LinkedIn page that we don't post as frequently on there, but we are trying to drum up a little bit more engagement on there as well. Again, I think it's good to diversify from the meta universe, the Facebook meta universe. And there is definitely a different crowd that's on LinkedIn compared to Facebook. There are some people that just are not on Facebook, and they are LinkedIn people. So I do believe it's good to post on both and make sure that you're covering your, all of your people.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And do you see engagement from, let me just rephrase it. Where do you see the most engagement from non-Rotarians?
So as a district, I feel that our role as a district is to serve our district Rotarians. And we're a little bit more of maybe an inward kind of resources and platforms. So it is all Rotarians that are our audience, and even Rotarians that are outside of our district too as well, but also, people that Rotary has touched their lives, like Interact and exchange students. Now, as for our club, I still see a lot of engagement on Facebook with my club, which is more outwardly facing to our community. So clubs Facebook pages are community facing forward. So the Facebook pages are still working. They're still working for my club, but I'm very conscious about diversifying into Instagram and LinkedIn and other platforms to make sure that we're hitting all generations and where everybody is, because not everybody is on Facebook.
It's so true. It's so true. And then lastly, I'm sorry, I don't want to take up everyone's thunder here. But lastly, with YouTube, how does that tie in with your other platforms, or do you just use it as a separate silo for video?
So what I would do, any of the videos, like our district governor messages, our people action series, I would upload them both to YouTube and also Facebook. So I would upload directly to Facebook because Facebook likes that better, having that direct upload instead of the YouTube link. The YouTube link would be used on our website. We'd embed our YouTube videos onto our website. It would also be used on LinkedIn and our newsletters as well too. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amy.
Thank you.
So, Amy, a question about the form. Have you been doing that for a while, and how's that structured?
Sure. Yeah. So we started that last year. So we did 4 forums, a quarterly forum, and we would structure it about 30 minutes to 40 minutes of educational content. And then we would try to leave 20 to 15 minutes for questions, because we had a lot of people that, had a lot of questions and wanted to chat about public image. So we wanted to make sure that there was time for sharing there. We used a Zoom. I use a Zoom registration. I like Zoom and registration. And on there, I also put a required question where they, if they have any questions about public image. So that was great. I kind of got a poll of what they were interested in, the questions that they had. And if nobody had any questions, which was rare, I would use something from one of those registrations to kind of get the conversation started there.
So do you record them and then put them on your YouTube?
We do, yes. And we do have a couple up there. There are a couple that are unlisted in private, which I'm going to publicize soon. So I can send those to you. And I'd be happy to share our slides too as well.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I think unless somebody else has a question right now, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we'll kind of keep this for archiving.